Meredith Leon McCormick, Worldwide Magazine, and we are here in New York City at the Pierre Hotel. The beautiful Pierre Hotel in the middle of New York City. And what are we doing here? The Wellness Conference. Can you believe it? Wellness in the middle of rush hour, New York City, traffic, Central Park, lots of tourists and everything going on, and we still want to be well and healthy. So we are here to discover different vendors that have great products that are organic, good for you, your family. We're really going to focus on the bride and the couple who's looking for items and places to go that will leave them stress-free. So we are going to go and discover some of the vendors and see what they have to offer that you guys can stay healthy as you plan your nuptials. Come along.
Good morning, my name is Elena Brower. I am the best-selling author of Practice You, which is a journal that has been around for maybe just over a year. It is a beautiful watercolor journal for which I painted all of the pages. It is a runaway hit, weirdly. It's got a life of its own. It's being used in grade schools, it's being used in recovery centers, juvenile detention centers, all the way into yoga teacher trainings, college settings. I'm really proud of this. It was a labor of love just after my mom died. It was my way of sort of processing, and now a lot of people are processing with it. As a result, I created the Practice You deck.
What is this?
And the deck is a compilation of just over 50 cards, and I'll pick one for you. Let's see. Here, I'm going to pick this one. This is my prayer for clear vision and insight. And each one has a prompt. Some of them have a movement, some of them have a prayer. And it's just a way for you to connect in with yourself for just a couple of moments every day.
So please tell us a little bit, what's the name of your company first of all?
Well, Practice You is the name of my book, and then I have a company also called Essential Practice, and through that company I also work with doTERRA. I've created the yoga collection for them, and I have a team, global team, all over the world, and we share, study, teach, and sell essential oils.
And what is the goal of the company and who's your audience?
The goal of the book is to serve literally everyone of all ages, getting to know themselves, getting to map themselves, and really feel closer to themselves. The goal of the oils is to revolutionize healthcare. Why is it that we were not taught to practice daily preventive healthcare as children? Now, the kids of all of my families that I've worked with, they all know about preventive health care, and so they ask for the peppermint, and they ask for the On Guard, and they ask for the wild orange. They know what oils, what plants to use to address whatever it is that they're experiencing. This is my hope for the future, that the oils begin to teach all of the kids how to practice daily preventive health care so that we don't need doctors so much. We don't need over-the-counter adulterated plants. We can just be with the actual plants.
So what's your background to be able to say something like that? Because that's a powerful statement.
It is a powerful statement. I've been using essential oils for 2 decades. I've been studying them for 10 years, and now I've been working with my clients for 10 years with them as well.
So do you have a medical background or spiritual? What is it that makes you, I don't want to use the word expert, but what gives you the authority?
Sure.
You know?
So many thousands of years ago, women sat in circle and they shared their experiences with the plants. They shared their experiences in healing their families, and that's how information was shared and spread. And I aim to bring that back to the fold. I aim to bring women to a place where they feel comfortable studying, learning, and sharing. They don't need a degree. What they need to do is have the experience on their own kids and their own family, and then share the experience with others so that all of us can work together as one, rather than I go to a doctor who doesn't really know exactly what's happening in my family, and then she goes to another doctor who doesn't really know what's happening in her family, and now the 2 women are disconnected and there are 2 doctors getting paid. Whereas if we were all in circle, in communication, sharing the information that we've gained by experience in our families, then we have real information to share. Then we can actually keep our families well. And that's what I'm looking for.
So is this more of a mental process of healing, and which you seem to be alluding to, that it will then translate into your physical well-being?
I think it's actually the opposite, where the oils help you tend to your physical well-being so that your mental well-being is always so sharp and clear.
So now, would you work in conjunction with physicians? Because our society, Western society, is so accustomed to the traditional pharmaceutical pop a pill to wake up, pop a pill to go to sleep, pop a pill to keep it up, pop a pill, just pop a pill.
I work with a lot of doctors. I'm teaching a lot of doctors right now how to use the oils effectively, how to use them consistently. It's really not about quantity of oil, it's about consistency of use. So I really respect them. Very little amounts of oil are needed. I always dilute when I'm using topically. I very rarely use internally at this time. And in working with doctors, I'm just teaching them about the consistency, which plants are for which ailments, which plants are for which mental ailments. And slowly but surely, a common knowledge is coming forth that I can see and sense.
Okay, so now, wouldn't the pharmaceutical not like you very much? Because you're taking their business away.
I don't really think about it. I just know what I want to do. I want to create circles of women where we're just sharing more information and we're more in contact with each other and with the plants, with the earth.
So now, where can our readers and viewers learn more about you? Get a visit? What? Where can we find you?
Right at my website, ElenaBrower.com, and it's ElenaBrower. And if you look at ElenaBrower.com, you'll see the page for doTERRA, and that's a great place to start.
So we're going to do some more research on you.
Cool.
We'd love to introduce our readers to your process, and I appreciate your time.
We're a Canadian goat's milk skincare company. We're based out of Montreal, Canada. All of our products have fresh liquid goat's milk, no powdered goat's milk here. Everything's health and beauty, so it's going to be pretty much everything you find in your bathroom. We have our lotion, our soap, which our soap is made from sustainable palm oil, And this one here is our shea butter product. It's very eco-friendly. We actually were able to use a plantation that is able to have a carbon negative footprint through the natural processes that they use to source the palm oil. And our lotions and all of our products, they follow Prop 65, so more natural guidelines. We actually just redid the packaging to look a little bit more modern, fit in with something more like a Whole Foods, something that people can look at and have a lot of information on what they're purchasing. And
What are the ingredients?
the ingredients. So for our goat's milk lotion, our soap, it's gonna be the palm oil, and everything is actually vegetable based. So, and like I said, nothing is outside of like the eco-friendly Prop 65 guidelines. The lotion is, we put as much goat milk into our product as we can. I really like the shea butter. I feel like it has, great moisturizing benefits. Goat's milk actually matches our pH balance, so when you put it on like the lotion, it sinks right into the skin.
Okay.
So you're able to see that it gives you a lot of moisturization, and a lot of people with skin conditions like eczema and things like that, they really love our products. They'll even really enjoy the fragrance-free options that we have, which we're always working on expanding. Because it's no added fragrance, it's just the raw material, and it works great for them. So,
Where is it sold?
Locally here, our soap is in Whole Foods in the Northeast. We're also in the Fairway Market.
Okay.
We do have a couple, we're working on distribution, so we do have a couple different grocery chains that we're in, and you're going to find us more in like the natural end of any grocery chain that we're in. But again, that's something we're working on, and a lot of natural health food stores.
Okay.
So if you check local, you might see our
Now,
product.
do you have a website?
Yes, we do. It's
Okay.
called canisgoatsmilk.com.
Spell that, please.
CANUSGOATSMILK.com. So canisgoatsmilk.com. You can go there. We do have an online store that you can purchase. You can just look at all the products. There's information on there on the product. And also give you more information that you can take.
Now, what is the starting price point for your items? The price ranges.
Right.
Ballpark.
So, like, let's say on our website, the soap is $4.79.
Affordable.
Yeah, and then the lotion, I believe it's around the $15 range. About 15. So, because it's a little bit more, like I said, it's more eco-friendly, vegetable-based product, and we do use fresh goat's milk in here. So, yeah. Any other questions?
No, I think that's it. Thank you so much for this and educating me on the new product. I've never heard of it, but I'm so willing to try so I can report back to Al Bright.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day. So today we are here with the Emerson Resort and Spa. We're located in the Catskills. It's about 15 minutes from Woodstock. Today we brought our skincare line. We do have a spa within. I'm actually the lead esthetician. So Comfort Zone is a really great line. It's an Italian line. It's all manufactured in Italy. They have their own family business. It's all about like the soul and just about like stress, and it's all science based off of stress. So it's not just about what's in the skin, but you know what's inside the body that comes out. So we have that today that we came with our goodie bags. We also have our elixirs, which is a local business by us. We give them at the end of our treatments. It has like ginger and turmeric, which is really good for your immune and digestive system. But yeah, so it's a really great spa. It has the Inn Spa, which is like a duplex with like a fireplace and hot tub. And then we have the Lodge, which is for people from like the city that want to just get away for a little bit. We have the Esopus Creek in the background with the mountains and the whole view of that.
How many rooms does the Lodge host?
I believe it's about 20 rooms.
Okay. Intimate.
Yeah, a little bit more on the smaller side, but you know, it's just a nice getaway. And the same thing with the Inn. I believe it's about 20 rooms, but they're really nice. We do get a lot of people from like the city, Long Island, Brooklyn, New Jersey that just want like that outside, you know, upstate type of view. But yeah.
Can you show some of the products?
So we have a few within the line of Comfort Zone. There's different lines to help make it a little bit easier. We have just a renovation on our anti-aging line. We have restoration, rosacea, sensitive skin. We also have our new line, which is coming out, the Treatment Regimen line, which actually was based and created around people who live in the city with pollution and just like they want to detox. Helps with, we're doing a whole different facial on that. So it has more boosters in it, like vitamin C boosters, retinol boosters. So it also helps just like with firming, collagen, things like that. But yeah, so it's a lot easier for the client to like pick out what brand. So they have like one product from Active Pureness. There's a whole set that goes with it, so it's easier for them to purchase, easier for them to work with. But yeah.
Now, what is the starting
price points? I believe it starts at $120 and it goes up from there. Our treatments are 60 minutes, but we do actually more massage within, so it's not just facial. We do neck and shoulder massage, arm and hand massage, facial massage.
Couples massages?
For the massage part, yes. For esthetician-wise, we do not. But we do have a bunch of body treatments that we do. We have our Emerson Reset, which is one of our new lines that we came out with. Basically, it's a treatment that's with our Tranquility hand cream that's also part of Comfort Zone. It's a pro-sleep treatment. It helps with anxiety. It helps with stress. Helps with insomnia, things like that. And it's just like relaxing the nervous system. It's more light touch work, but we also do couples with that we use in our room. It has like a hot tub. So they'll go in the hot tub first and they'll relax with some like cheese and wine and things like that, and then they'll get their treatments done. If that not, then the massage, which is really nice as well. But yeah.
What's your website?
So it's the emersonresortandspa.com. Everything also is in the pamphlet. But yeah, on the website it has everything from where we're located, what we have, the spa part as well, the fitness center, and just like the hotel in general, what it's about, the pricing and things like that, which makes it a lot easier for everyone. Thank
What
you.
is your name again?
Samantha Greffy.
Perfect. We're going to look for you, Samantha.
You can. You get off at either Rhinebeck or Poughkeepsie. You would still need to drive. So if you went up to Poughkeepsie, you're still an hour away. If you went to Rhinebeck, you're probably about 45 minutes away still.
Okay, give us your name.
My name is Joshua Heath. I'm the Outdoor Adventure Manager at the Lodge at Woodlock.
So tell us about the company and what do you do and why should we come?
All right, because we're awesome. No, it's super fun property. I'm the Outdoor Adventure Manager, like I said, so I run hiking, biking, kayaking. I do forest bathing, which is Shinrin-yoku. So we're really here to talk about mindfulness in nature. We're a 58-room destination spa. We have 27 spa rooms. Alex behind me is doing one of our treatments now. Some of the treatments that we like to pair with outside, the one we really love is Deep Forest Ritual. We pair it with a birchwood stick massage that works really well. It complements the outside. We have a 15-acre lake surrounded by a 50-acre bog, which is just kind of a glacial gem that was left for us 20,000 years ago. We're a small property, and we have 600 acres that you guys can run and play and hike. We had about 40 to 50 activities a day that are part of your inclusive stay.
When is the best time to come?
Oh, that's tough.
What is your favorite
My
time?
favorite time is fall. I'm a New England boy. I'm from Maine originally, so the fall holds a sweet place in my heart. But right now, the spring is great. Just remember, if you're coming from the New York City area, we're about 2 weeks behind you in springtime. You guys got flowers blooming, trees are going, and we still look like winners. So keep that in mind. Fall,
Now, how far are you guys?
90 miles.
Oh,
90 miles from the city. So we're pretty close, easy drive. Couple public transit options. You can take the New Jersey train into Port Jervis. We'll come get you at the train station. Or you can take the bus into Hawley, which is about a 15-minute drive into the resort. And we'll take you from there, and we'll drop you back off at the bus station. Or we do have a car service where we'll come and get you in Manhattan and drive you up to the lodge and bring you back home for an additional fee. Or you can have the cool 2.5-hour drive into the country.
that's so awesome. So now, what's the closest airports for the people that don't live in New York City?
So the closest airport is the Avoca Airport, which is in the Wilkes-Barre Scranton area, which is about 60 minutes from the resort. Or you can obviously fly into the big New York airports, and we do shuttles out of there as well.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank
What's
you.
your website? Give us your website.
It's thelodgeatwoodlock.com.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So sheep, you're going to become a sheep dog. If you had to take one vitamin in your life, it would be D3. Why? D3 is a pro hormone. It's a cholesterol-based vitamin, which means it's no different than estrogen. It controls 2,000 genes and 800 inflammatory genes. It is well known that low deficiency of D3 causes twice as much of colon cancer, increased rates of autism, increased rates of MS, increased rates of schizophrenia and depression. There's also very well documentation association with breast cancer, prostate cancer, and all these other diseases.
This is from D3.
Yes, because D3 is a pro hormone. It's not like a zinc or copper. That's a metal that
So
helps
you
us.
sell that, right?
Yeah. So what is your usual dose? So American Board of Medicine says that you take 400 to 1,000 per day. But no, that's because you are a very hard time absorbing it. 5,000 a day. Why? Ever since the advent of sunblock in the 50s, we have had more and more people with osteoporosis, D3 deficiency, and all that. So it is better that the dosages have not changed. Assuming everybody's still getting sun, but we're not getting sun. So the sunblock is basically, you need it because you don't want to get melanoma, but D3, my recommendation is 5,000 on a ton. Obviously talk to your physician, always get a blood test, and when the doctor
So
says,
it would be 5 of these.
yes, no, one.
Oh, this is one of these.
One of this under your tongue every day. And again, when you get your blood level, 30 to 100 is considered normal for D3. You want to be at 50. Because the doctor said 30, you're normal. That's not normal for your age group. Normal for your age group is 50 to 70. So you want to make sure your D3 is 5,000. And that's usually a maintenance dose, assuming you're not deficient. Okay? And how do we know they're deficient? When you do breast milk tests on mothers, they're passing the D3 to their children. The child has no other way of getting D3 unless there are drops or something, right? So what happens? You test them. 1 in 100 have normal levels of D3. That's how you know how the population has become deficient. Okay? So D3, 5,000.
I want it all now.
Yeah. And I'm vegan, so like B12 is like something that I'm always looking for and trying to figure out how do I select the right B12 because I know there's different types and I get very confused
Yes.
when
So-
I go to the aisle.
I want you to understand, you can't really overdose yourself, but there are levels of B12. So some people cannot convert. The most common B12 in the industry is cyanocobalamin.
Right.
Cyanocobalamin doesn't exist in nature. It's a chemical batch off of cyanide. Now, cyanide is not a good thing for you, but you would have to really take it a lot to become. I give my kids methylcobalamin, which is the other one, and you see your samples of methylcobalamin. Methylcobalamin is what you find in nature and is the best way to absorb and is already methylated. So there's a huge percent of the population that cannot methylate cyanide. Even though they're taking B12, they can't use it. The second problem with B12 is after the second or third decade of life, your parietal cells in the stomach have a hard time producing intrinsic factor. And with intrinsic factor is the way you absorb B12 through your blood. However, now you see a lot of people getting shots, getting IV hydration. Why? B12 is very hard to absorb after a certain age. But under your tongue is age independent. Hence, our products are independent of aging. You can absorb directly under your bloodstream. My recommendation, children is different, adults, you always want to get eventually a blood test, make sure where you start or where you end. But B12 1,000 microgram a day, methylcobalamin under your tongue, and then you look and you just go get a blood test. And nowadays, almost all physicians, like myself, basically take a blood test to check your D3, B12, zinc, and it's become a standard almost. 10, 15 years ago, nobody did. But now we're going more towards prevention. I mean, it's a lot easier to prevent osteoporosis than to treat osteoporosis. Does that make sense?
So, what's the B12 blaze?
B12 blaze is like an energy. Okay, so there's sometimes you take an energy shot, and some people absorb all of it and get palpitations. Some people don't absorb any of it and they don't get any result. Ours are more like a concise, basically, dosage under your tongue, absorbs always the same standard dose almost in everyone. And the advantage of it is it gives you an energy boost. It's got niacin, not enough to give you flushing. It's got B12, it's got caffeine. It does have a little bit strong taste. However, it's for people that want, after 3 p.m. they're tired at work, they want to get a little boost, or they want to stay up and do studies like in college, or they're after a hangover, they want to get it. So that's the advantage of that specific B12 blaze, which is this one.
And all of them are dissolvable, right? Like
Everything
none of
is
them
dissolvable. 90% of our vitamins are this big, and about 10% are larger. But 90% are this big. Everything is dissolvable under your tongue. Okay, let me put this on.
I'm gonna ask one more question.
Oh,
Now
please.
stop driving me crazy.
No.
If someone's taking an antidepressant, because a lot of my clients are, and they complain about.
Check their D3. You know, D3 and depression go hand in hand. The studies are out of Sweden, where sunlight levels change with depression levels.
Okay.
So one of the biggest hallmark of D3 deficiency below 40 is increased rates of depression. Check their D3, make sure the D3 levels are over 50, not 30, not 40, over 50, and then you may be able to tinker with their antidepressants. So I'm not a specialist in, I'm a surgeon, but I'm not, but there's a lot, look up the literature, okay, in vitamin D counseling.
What would you say is the recommended dosage in somebody that's like 16 years old? Is that an adult?
It's an adult, how much do they weigh?
100 pounds.
2,000. 1,000 to 2,000.
Okay. Can we buy this today?
Oh no, I can give you samples.
You said Amazon, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going.
Amazon is available,
I
yes.
know, I like
Thank
want
you.
it all
That was
because I have a
great.
hard time swallowing pills.
Yeah,
So for me,
makes it
like,
a lot easier.
yeah, that's the main reason I don't
And
take
the
my
iron for you will probably be the biggest change because iron usually constipates you, gives you nausea, but sublingual under the tongue iron that absorbs quickly, you don't have any of that. And then you also don't have any of the additives, preservatives, colorings, and dyes.
I'm excited to try it. Thank you.
All under the tongue, absorbs directly in your bloodstream, no need to swallow, no additives, preservatives, colorings, or dyes, and no artificial flavors of non-GMO, gluten-free, and sugar-free.
Stay away from sugar and everything.
Yeah. And I give it to my son, and he has autism, and I don't want him to have sugar because he gets hyper.
And my boyfriend, I have to try to get him.
Sarah, thank you very much.
He's
If
just
you have
trying
any
to-
Great idea.
Thank you. If you have any other questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Oh. So yeah, he has a hard time swallowing the big
Realize
pill.
that
So just give him under the tongue. Your men usually are not deficient in a lot of stuff. They don't menstruate. So usually they need D3, B12, zinc. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Maybe K2. K2 is something that basically coordinates your calcium that is absorbed by D3 to go into the
Right.
bone.
Oh, wow.
So, and the advantage of K2 is it's really hard to get it from your food. The advantage of our K2 is it's directly absorbed under the tongue and goes in. But women are more deficient of K2 because they're osteoporotic to begin with, because
Yeah.
they have children, their calcium is sucked out.
I mean, I'm lucky. I still work out a lot.
Yeah,
You know,
so yeah.
I walked
So
20 miles
I'm just saying,
yesterday.
your petite bone structure.
But yeah,
So D3,
osteopenia.
right?
Totally.
Osteopenia. So you need D3, you need K2. Hi.
Can you give me your full name?
Oh, I'm Dr. Alavi.
Okay. What
Okay.
kind of doctor are you?
I'm a urologist and a medical degree MD, and I'm also an aerospace engineer from Princeton. And I'm one of the founders of Frunata.
Okay. So what made you start this?
My son was born with autism. Before he was born, I had no knowledge of vitamins. We're not taught in medical school really a huge section of vitamins. Once he was born, obviously, I went through denial and everything else, but then my wife is the one that was the driving force for me to try to help him. And we went through different doctors and we realized he's deficient in multiple different groups of vitamins. And we started to try to give him vitamins. And everything out in the market, unfortunately, was hard to swallow. It was hard for him to chew. He would spit it out. His diet is extremely limited. And when I started looking more and more into the vitamins, I noticed the other additives and preservatives and ingredients were toxic. I didn't want my son to have titanium dioxide, mannitol. I didn't want him to have aluminum. I didn't want him to have zinc oxide. I didn't want to have any of these things in his body. Because of his small size, these things accumulate a lot more in a child. So I was looking for a way out. The only way we come up with for him to absorb things was to give him shots. And I remember the day I came up with this idea, I was on our red couch and I was holding on to him, trying to give him shots, and it was depressing me. It's depressing me right now thinking about it. And I'm like, there's got to be a way out of this. I can't do this to my son every day. And basically, that's how we came up with the idea of giving everything under the tongue without any additives and preservatives, dissolving it under your buccal mucosa of the tongue, and not having to give my son shots. So that was the driving force behind this.
So now you talk a lot about women, and my readers are brides. They're getting married. They're
awesome.
under a lot of stress. What vitamins? Do you have things that will take care of women with
Right.
stress and pressure?
So I'm going to be honest with you. Stress, the best, in my opinion, when it comes to women, the best vitamin is vitamin D3 because it does control a lot of inflammatory things, and vitamin D3 has been associated lower levels with high association with depression and anxiety and all that. So vitamin D3 would be the #1 vitamin I would have put. And then also other vitamins would be zinc. Okay, because there's a lot of association with zinc and de-stressing. Another vitamin, but it's not a vitamin, but it's like a nutrient that we have on our products that is coming out. It's called GABA. Gamma aminobutyric acid is basically a natural plant that gives you that calmness, and you get really stressed. You can pop one under your tongue and brings it. It's like having red wine without all the side effects. So it gives you a calmness that you can get without having to worry about, I don't want to take some drug, I don't want to do something, but it gives you basically a calm mood effect that is really good. So D3, zinc, and soon to be our GABA, GABA.
Okay. So now where can we find it? The
Yeah.
product, where's it sold?
Right. So Frunata, basically we're the smaller vitamin company because we claim to be the small, and you can get our little vitamins
Yeah, I'd love to see you guys.
at any Amazon, easily. Lucky Vitamins, Grove Collaborative, and we like Grove Collaborative and Lucky Vitamins because they adopted us early. They educate their group of people that basically buy from them. So they're not just a seller, but they care about their population and they educate them, especially Grove Collaborative. So we want you to go there, Amazon, Grove Collaborative, Lucky Vitamins, and buy our vitamins.
Okay, what's your website?
Oh, Frunata.com. So Frunata.com. One of our members is Italian, and he gave us the name. It's hard to pronounce, but the concept is based on fruits and nuts, natural. We don't have any nuts in our products, but basically it's Frunata.com. Thank you.